Hello. So week commencing 28th October analysis. This week is going to be difficult, not just because of the NFP, which on its own would make it tricky to navigate, but also the fact that there's a uh, American election stacked up right next to it. So as you know, 5th of November next month basically is the election. Not sure why this isn't actually showing at 5th of November. Um, but that's, as we know, is the date of the election. Um, Not sure if it's going to be here. I mean, it doesn't matter. Know that. So yeah. So obviously before that, you will see a lot of manipulation. I mean, from my experience, I want to think of it as if everything before leading up to the election is like a accumulation slash manipulation. The election itself, like being the last nail in the coffin as far as manipulation goes, and then you have your distribution after that, the real clean moves after that. That's what I would probably say. Obviously, I'm going on holiday as well. Might actually be the last proper analysis video. Um, the weekly outlook, I'll try my best to keep recording, but it might just be in general format. So I just want to remind myself here to tread cautiously, not news-wise. Monday's clear. Now, if it so happens that we have a good London session, as we can often have in NFP weeks, especially Monday, Monday can be a good day to trade. NFP, get your profits early on and just leave the market after that for the noobs. Tuesday you have jolts. Definitely want to steer very, very clear away from that. Let it do its thing. And remember what I said. General advice. My trade one, which is whatever the hard time frame idea is leading up to. Now that is fine. Okay. And the only issue that we have is that when we take trade two, we abandon the hard time frame idea way too quickly than we should abandon it. Or so we don't want to do that, especially New York. We don't want to do that in New York, especially why? Because London's already made one end of the range. New York's going to want to work on that, expand that further. So it's not going to retrace deep into IRL, internal range liquidity. The trade two is pretty much useless. So if you've been stopped on your trade one, chances are it's because you're too early to the party. In which case you wait for what next time element and not take trade two counterparty. You wait. Guess what? It gives you that displacement to the higher time frame idea, confirming it. Amazing. You use your CB or BISI or whatever PD array market is making available, order block, fair value gap, breaker. You take that using that, okay? And that will save you trade two, mental capital, financial capital, and that will by default improve your edge basically. Now London, you can do that so long as you have other things going for it, such as something logical or something actually saying that the price will go there, such as fair value gap, inefficiency, liquidity, obviously time of day, and obviously premium discount. You want to be if it's a long you're looking at, then obviously be in discount and vice versa for short. So that's some general advice that I picked up from last week. Now, yeah, steer clear of the jorts. Wednesday last session of good trading, so to speak, in an NFP week. You only have not much news, just 12:30, which I think is showing the clocks are changing as well a little bit. Yeah, so 12:30, 1 p.m. And then obviously Thursday things just cowboy shit comes in on Thursday, and then same for Friday. It's just gonna be difficult, muddy, and this shit. And ISM, NFP coming out, so you might want to trade after the NFP and ISM. Well, after NFP, sorry, you might want to trade. If there's anything easy, straightforward enough that you see in the price. Uh, so if I come back to the chart, I'm still risk off. Okay, dollar higher, everything else lower. The level I marked out is still as relevant as it was before. Again, I'm not going to pick the top here and say, oh, it's too overextended, too bullish, too premium, whatever. It's going to come down. Fuck that shit. I'm not going to pick the top. I'm bullish unless it shows me something otherwise. What is that otherwise? Well, in my opinion, I would say if it's a displacement to the downside, and I mean a displacement to the downside, not something like this or this. But until we see that, I don't even need to consider that, okay? I'm just looking at this buy side liquidity while I'm in balance here. Consequence encroachment of the wick here. See the body just respecting that, mid the high there as well. And just this CED and this SIBI on the daily, and I believe it's on the weekly as well, a little bit. But yeah, that's our target, and then obviously we get here and we can mark this out. We don't need to do that yet. And corresponding to that, again, BISI here, marked out the 4 levels of the BISI. And make it a little bit tidy. And there's an inversion weekly BISI or SIBI that we might react to as well, for intraday support / resistance, if you want to call it that. CEW here, so we know it's going down. Support wise, sorry, resistance, I guess, in wise. You have the inversion BISI. I want to see this come into an inversion now. So we're closing in the lower portion of that, which is a good signature. I want to see it continue to stay in this. Okay, I don't want to see a body on the daily basis close above this. Well, it's NFP and it can happen, but perfectly it wouldn't. Now again, it's NFP. Otherwise, if we are really straightforward analysis, it'll do this, and it'll just go to the hard time from idea. But it may not be as clean. So again, if for any reason it attacks the sell side here, equal lows and the deeper weekly BISI, straight away it's going to be difficult to trade it. Whenever it does that, historically I've noticed it just becomes difficult. If it does that, then just let it do its thing. Wait for it until it's clear, logical. Don't engage, because trust me, less trade is better. And yeah, happy hunting.